got a secret underneath. Yeah, she's this naughty little freak. She likes to put on a show. She likes when it takes control.
Have you guys seen him at all lately? I mean, when you see him now, he looks different. He's bigger now. I mean, he's got to be close to 240 pounds.
The added weight, and he still looks like he's moving as good as he did a year ago.
You can tell he dedicated that time and took care of his body, and he changed his body. He's a guy that we're really excited about because he can do a lot of different things.
He's so much more confident. Just his understanding of what he's supposed to do and those around him, I think, are going to allow him to play that much faster.
And he's just going to keep building.
Everybody off for pass below the middle. Intercepted!
We already know what he's capable of and what he wants to do.
He's headed sack! Edgerrin Cooper!
You know, I expect more from him. We all do. And I know he expects that for himself as well. So it's just going to be a matter of us continuing to push him continuing to push himself, and we're going to be good.
It sucks that we got to go like 50% right now, and it's hard for me out there to slow down. So, and it just feels good to get back to football, and I can't wait for the season.
Not many more excited than Cooper to get back to football, although I'm sure Packer fans are just as excited to see what new cornerback Nate Hobbs can bring to the Packer defense. The team is certainly intrigued.
Nate Hobbs, man, he's a dog. He's a guy that's going to come in every day. He's going to work hard. Everywhere he's going, he's going to be flying. He's not afraid to hit. He can cover. He can run.
He's a guy that I think brings a lot of flexibility to our defense with his versatility, whether we want to play him inside or outside.
He's going to bring a level of intensity that we need, a special dynamic to our group. It's going to be fun having him and playing with him.
Great day.
Here, you leaner this year?
Yeah, I feel like the older I get, the slimmer I've been getting. But I'm faster than I've ever been, so that might be a good thing.
Did you purposely do that? You change your routine or something?
No, I think it comes with reps. Playing corner, you get a lot more reps every down. So I think playing that last year, I just wasn't holding on the weight that I used to hold on to. But I'm fine with it. It don't change the dog in me.
Do they have you doing any nickel, or are you strictly outside?
I play corner.
So you got the off season to think about it. What are your feelings about being part of the return game?
I was kind of frustrated when the season was over, but it's value always, especially when it comes to me being who I am when doing it. So of course I'm open to it. I'm always gonna do what the team need. And then also just me knowing who I am as a person. If the game is on, I'm gonna want the ball anyway. So that's just probably a comment that I probably could have kept to myself for real, but it is what it is. I said it. I meant what I said, but I'm also a team player, and if the coaches and the team need me to do something, I'm going to do it for sure.
You're a guy who sets goals every year. You've talked about how you really lived up to them your first 2 years here, and you had big goals last year. Where did you end up landing with your personal goals last year, and how does that affect how you approach this season?
I think I hit my goals on a different level because I came in to play nickel, when I got here. And then they moved me outside, and I got comfortable because that's what I came in the league as. I never played nickel for real until I got to the Packers. Probably played like a game or two with the Raiders, but just like homing on the technique of corner, that's just what I want to do. And then I don't feel like I'm an old guy yet. I'm in year 7, but my body feel like I'm on year 4 because with the Raiders, I don't feel like I was really on the team for real. I was just making money, I guess. That's just what it was, And when I got here, I feel like I was a rookie. So my first year here was year 4, but it don't change nothing, I'm here to work and show that I am who I am and what I can do outside. And I showed that last year and just complete my resume. Everything I've done that they asked me to do, I've did it at high level. Whether it was just play kick return, I went all pro on that. Play nickel, I got paid at that. So I'm here to play corner. That's just what I want to do.
Before last season, you thought that moving the touchback back to the 30 would mean more returns. Do you think moving it back to the 35 now will actually mean more returns?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have a comment on that because it doesn't really matter. They still didn't kick me the ball as I thought it was. And then the adjustment of the kick return, I really don't get it still, but it is what it is. Rich is a great person to tell me what to do on that end of stuff. And the rule change don't matter. I don't think they just gonna freely kick me the ball. you'd rather get it to 35 than give it to the 50. So I think it'd be the same.
So Keyshawn, when you look at your secondary as a group, what do you see that you like?
Guys hungry, want to play ball. I played with Nate. They just brought Nate in. Played with him before. CV, ready to go. You know, I played every playoff game since I've been here with CV. So secondary good. X is X. Evan Williams, Bullard, know how to play ball. Kevin King's playing good. Kamal is playing outstanding right now, you know, at OTAs. And then I think we're going to be good. I think it's ready to go.
Pete, what did it mean to add Nate for you guys, and what's that been like kind of reconnecting with him, you know, now in Green Bay?
It's been cool. Nate's a good football player, physical, kind of like me, can play inside, outside, and versatile. I think he's a good addition to the defense. We didn't lose nobody, so everybody's just coming in just an addition. And he's a great player. It's gonna be a hell of a help.
What are your thoughts on Jair's situation and his spot on the team?
I don't really know about that. I love 2-3 to death. That's my boy. If he come back and he's here, we'd love to have him. I'd love to play with Jair. That's just what it is since I've been here. Jair pushed me to be really who I am because it's always like friendly competition between me and him. And whatever happens, happens. We don't have control over that. If he's here, we're going to rock out. If he's not, we're still going to rock out. So that's just how it go.
Keyshawn, I guess when you look at the secondary, you know, all the good things that the group was able to do with the takeaways and all of that, you know, how do you build on that? You know, how can you grow on that heading into this season?
We don't have to think as much early on. You know, a lot of guys had to learn the defense, and then, you know, you're going through that through camp. And, you know, right now the install's in. You know, we don't really have to. It's not too much learning maybe for the young guys. Everybody came back. You know, it's not too much learning. So now it's just like correcting our mistakes from last season, and we're gonna be ready to go. You know what time it is.
In the offseason, when you reflected on last year, like, what were the things in your mind that stuck out about how you guys can get even better?
As a team?
Just as a defense. I guess as a team too. Yeah. I think sometimes we play to the competition, and I think that as a defense, when you want to win a Super Bowl, it don't matter who you play, you got to come out and play. So we won 11 games last year, but we lost 2 games to 3 teams, and then we lost to the Bears, so that was our 6 losses or 7. How many losses we had? 7. Yeah. So the next hump is to beat the teams that we lost to, you know, and the 3 teams that we lost to twice, them was playoff teams. So that's gonna get us over the hump, is to beat the teams that we need to beat.
What's the taste been like this offseason? You had that big shutout over the Saints on Monday Night Football. That was your last win of the season. What type of taste is that in the offseason? How long does that linger before you move on and start to think about what's going to come this year, week 1?
I still got vinegar in my mouth, so I hate losing. I'm a competitor, ultimate competitor at that. So I'm pissed off of greatness. That's just what it is, and we're gonna come to play this year. I just hope everybody else in the league ready, because we ready.
What did you learn about yourself last year? I mean, I realize you played perimeter corner before, but not only did you do it last year, but you had to be the #1 guy for a big chunk of things.
I think it's just – ask your question one more time.
What did you learn about yourself through having to be the #1 guy for a big chunk of the year?
Not really learn nothing about myself. I always knew what I was capable of doing. I just needed the ops to do it. That's why I said I didn't feel like I would really start at the NFL until I got to the Packers. I feel like my 4th year is really my rookie year, so this is really going on to my 4th year. So just me showing that I am the type of player that I say I am and show it on the field. And I proved that last year that I can play inside, outside consistently against whoever they, you know, top guys on the other team. And the confidence level for me is through the roof. And then Coach D.A. and Hav has put all the confidence in me to go out there and compete and show that I am who I am. And me knowing myself, I just know what God gave me, and I'm blessed to have that.
What did that mean, getting Jeff here, and obviously now going into year 2 with his scheme? Just what do you think of the advantage that gives you guys with that familiarity now?
I think it's a huge advantage. We went to the playoffs with Joe B, and then we went to the playoffs with Hav. So the difference was the takeaways for sure. And then the style of play is a little different. I think the cover 3 for our defensive scheme and what we have as a roster, I think it fits us better. And then the way Hav coaches, he's a player's coach where, you know, he'll ask us what we want to run on certain downs and, you know, certain games. If it's like we want to blitz a little more, he going to ask us how we feel to the vets and stuff like that. And then that's just being able to take coaching and players and just gel together. And I think that's how you win Super Bowls. And
how you win big games. So I think us getting over the hump is going to be us coming together as a defense for real. Because, I mean, the offense is going to always score points. But at the end of the day, the defense is going to win the Super Bowl.
I know you guys aren't going full speed every day, but what do you think of going against this receiver group and just the depth you guys have there with some of the guys you brought in?
I think everybody good players. Them good boys can go. I think it's kind of a little different when you play and practice them every day. You know, I see everything that they got. You know, every day. So I don't know. I think them guys is good. That's just what it is. They gonna show. They just gonna put on the show. That's just what it is.
2 more for Nixon.
How would you describe this team's mindset, emotions, and stuff? You've had a lot of different scenarios you've been in. You've been with Aaron. You've been with the start of a new era. So much expectation last year after a playoff win in Dallas.
Yeah.
How would you describe how this team feels and is approaching this offseason?
Yeah. I've been here. I was here with 12, and then, you know, I was here with the first year with Jordan Love where they thought we was tanking, and then we went to the playoffs, and, you know, it was a 7 seed and won a game. So it really just doesn't, like, the outside noise doesn't matter. That's what we do, the work we put in the building. So we'll be fine. I just know what time it is. That G going to be well represented.
I know you mentioned you still have that taste of vinegar in your mouth. Do you get that sense from everyone else, though, that focus is there?
Absolutely, especially me and X. Me, X, Josh. We like a little trio. We knew each other for a long time. And we just always have conversations about, you know, how we going to take the next step as a team and, you know, what we did wrong last year to fix it to, you know, because we don't want to waste each other's careers. I mean, when you don't win a Super Bowl, that's what you do. You just wasted a year at the end of the day. So it's only one winner. So we're trying to make sure that's us next year. Well, this year, 2025.
Rashawn was talking about hosting your teammates on the weekends, watching film. How long have you been doing that? Why did you decide to do it this offseason?
I mean, we've been doing it. We've been doing it pretty much this whole off season. We did it a little bit like last year. Like we'd get together, watch Indy and all that kind of stuff. But we've been more consistent with it. Just picking each other's brain, talking about different formations, fronts. Main thing with them, I'm trying to get all the younger guys to just understand formations and how to play the blocks. We going back to more playing technique. So it's huge for them to understand formations and how people are going to try to block the front.
It's one thing to do that, when you're in the building, but you guys are doing it on your Friday and Saturday nights. He said.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, that's unusual. Why?
I mean, we together all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, why not? You want to watch film and get better while we hanging out.
How does it end up at your house?
Huh?
How did it end up being at your house?
I mean, most of the time I just invite guys over. Everything pretty much be at the house. Yeah. So we watch Thursday night football, watch the NBA finals, watching we hanging out, and then we turn on the iPad, watching Indy, see where we can get better at, and watching just game film, whatever other guys rushes, whatever the case may be.
I know you guys are there to obviously learn the formations, but how much does it help just getting that off-season bonding?
Yeah, that's the main thing is just getting a bond. Getting a bonding and all that kind of stuff, and yeah, just building as a team. We're gonna need everybody, and we're gonna need everybody to be playing at a high level to start the season and so forth. So we got to just make sure we're hitting all cylinders.
How did you feel about how your pass rush was team-wide last year?
I mean, it was on and off, honestly. Not good enough. Not good enough to win a championship, so we got to be better.
Kenny, you've set the bar so high for yourself over your career here. When you went back this spring to reflect on last year, what do you think of the year that you had?
It was tough. It was a tough year for me. I had surgery on my foot in January. So yeah, I mean, it was a tough year, but man, I'm excited. I'm back out practicing. Back doing Indy. So today was my second day doing Indy with the team, and just got to keep building forward.
How much did the foot affect you last year?
A lot. I heard it in the Brazil game. And then yeah. So.
What was the surgery? Did you have a screw put in, or?
Nah, I had like a bunion, bone spurs. Yeah. So.
Kenny, you've been a leader for a long
time. Rashawn kind of grew into it the last few years, but are you amazed at, like, now in this offseason, the team was so young that a lot of guys are being more vocal and developing that leadership skill? So
yeah, definitely. That's that's what we need. You got all kind of guys stepping up. I've been loving like what Tuck's been doing. Like Tuck, he's working hard. A guy that we all look up to, see the work that he put in on and off the field, and he been leading RG, of course. All the younger guys just speaking more, just more comfortable, just being around and just help leading the team.
How would you describe your new line coach?
Man, DC's been great. He's really like hands-on with us, just really teaching us the techniques, the formations, and how to play faster within that. And the technique, man, it's been good. It's been good.
Are the techniques any different than what you were doing before?
Yeah, it's back to more, like I would say, like our old stuff. Last year we pretty much like going up the field and jetting up the field, like stopping the run on the way to the quarterback. Pretty much. This year we playing more technique.
Kenny, do you guys as a group take it personally when your position coach gets fired? Like, if we would have done a better job, that wouldn't have happened. And is that maybe motivation going into this year?
I ain't gonna answer that question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask one more foot question?
Yep.
How do you manage that? That happens in Brazil, like to be able to get through the next 4 months like that. What was that like?
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough. But I mean, it is what it is. Football is football. I don't complain. The foot is the foot, toe is the toe. I got to just keep building off of it, keep getting better this year, and put my best foot forward.
What does that feel like to be in year 10? After all those years we talked about you being the young guy around here.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's been it's been a long road, and it's still a lot more to go, and I'm excited. I'm so excited, and it's gonna be a huge year, for all of us. We've been really putting in a lot of work, and we always been a hard working group, and we got to just keep that same mentality, that same mindset that we come in every day and push each other.
Kenny, I think as far as with the young guys, I think when Barron was in here, he said your aura had him like starstruck in terms of being able to work with you. What type of advice, can you give these guys during this, early time? They're trying to figure things out, maybe head spinning, just, what type of advice do you kind of give them?
Just leaning on the work, and, just, watching the guys that do it right. We got a lot of guys, in here that's hungry to be great, and that's doing things the right way. Isaiah McDuffie, Tuck, RG, myself. You got a lot of guys that in the room that you can lean on, and as long as those guys are looking up to those guys and following those footsteps and putting their own spin onto it, or however they do it, they'll be all right.
What'd you do to the foot against the Eagles?
What did I do?
Yeah.
Well, like before, I always had like a little toe thing going on. It was really just the turf out there, like the turf, pretty much. Yeah. So.
It just got caught in the turf.
Yeah.
Speed is such a crucial element to your game. It always has been. So when you don't have that step because of the foot, like how do you play to that level that you're supposed to?
I mean, I wouldn't even say it's the speed. It's just the every step. You know what I'm saying? You taking every step, and your toe is busting. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's something that you got to deal with. But it is what it is. That's done. Got the surgery done, and we moving forward.
Kenny, do you think the poor quality of the field over there contributed to it?
I ain't gonna answer that question. Last time, I had all the Brazilians on me, so I'm good.
Left foot or right?
My right foot. Yeah.
You mentioned the pass rush last year being on and off. So what's the step this year for more consistency from you guys as a whole?
Just sticking together, and rushing as a unit, and just being relentless. I think Half does a great job of calling pressures and getting Coop and all those guys on the run. We do a lot of things like with that stuff. I think also just getting better at rushing the passer, play action wise. You know what I'm saying? Play action is a spot that we definitely got to get better at. As a unit, didn't do a good enough job with that last year, and just quick game. And I think also just getting up on guys. A lot of the time last year we was in close games majority of the time, and offenses get a chance to play action. Offenses get a chance to run the ball whatever the case may be, and you don't get that many opportunities to rush. So we get a chance to close the door on teams and get up by 14 points, get up by 21 points. We have more opportunities to rush and get more one-on-ones and all that kind of stuff.
Your guys' run defense was much improved, really good last year. How do you make sure it stays at that level instead of going back to maybe what it was the couple of years before that?
Just keeping that same mentality, and like I said earlier, it's just a different technique. So I think just with the guys, just helping them understand the formations and how guys are going to block us, and go forward from there. But it's things. I'm happy we played in that system last year because it's going to be plays and blocks that you gotta play like that this year. But excited about what we're doing.
Hey Kenny, we saw DY last year. He started off, had a few sacks in the first month, then he got hurt, and then he seemed to kind of get back maybe a little more to himself by the end of the year. Now he's got the 5th-year option picked up and all that. Just what do you think is ahead for him?
Man, just staying healthy and just staying hungry and keep building on what he's been building on. I think if he didn't get hurt, I think just what he was going to do was going to be huge, and he was making a lot of plays and all that kind of stuff. So just keeping the same mentality, keep working, keep grinding, and just keep on improving. He'll be all right.
Kenny, you said there's a lot more you still want to accomplish. This is year 10, and you still haven't had your 30th birthday, which is insane around
crazy.
Here. How much longer do you think you can, if you stay healthy, how much longer do you think you can do this, and what is still out there for you?
Honestly, I can't see myself putting like bad stuff on tape. You know what I'm saying? So until I feel like I can't, give that to the guys, or I feel like I'm a step away from that, then if I'm putting bad stuff on tape, then get me out of here. I'll be the first. So.
What is it like being one of the oldest guys out there and seeing the young guys out there? And can you learn from them as well? I mean, what they're doing out there.
I watch all the guys, DY and all those guys. They so athletic, and they got special traits. KB, he does a great job with his inside moves. He has great hands and all that kind of stuff. Kobe's been improving. He's been playing a lot of nose and been really it's another guy that's been in there in the film sessions with us, and learning the formations, learning how to play more nose. And he's been doing a great job, and he's been active, and just getting all the younger guys right, and all that kind of stuff. But I love watching all those guys. I've been having the chance to it's been a long off season, so I've been having a chance to just watch those guys, and when I'm on the sideline, really getting them right on their technique and all their indie work, and watching them. So that's been cool, just seeing what they can bring to the game and how they put their little spin on the different techniques of what we're using.
There's a lot of focus this offseason on the pass rush, but you have the foot. Lucas had the thumb. How much motivation is there to show there's when healthy there's a whole lot more there?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited to play ball. Like I said, it's gonna be a huge year. I'm excited about it.
Kenny, since this is the last time we'll probably talk to you between now and camp, is the game plan to be 100% when camp starts in July, or do you want to be smart with the foot and your age?
Yeah, the game plan is just really just getting healthy enough to be able to train how I want to once the summer hit, and training during the summer, and hopefully when I get back I'm just full go and there's no issues. But my main focus is doing this individual work, finishing out the rest of these 2 weeks, and I'll be in a good spot going into the summer and really be able to train how I want to train.
What makes y'all confident that the pass rush can be more consistent this season than it was last year?
In year 2, and off to a better start, man. Everybody had a great off season up until this point, getting back to OTAs, and just how we've been locked in, man, Monday to Thursday. And even us meeting on the weekends, man, having film studies, man, I feel like we're really locked in as a group, things that we didn't do last year at this point.
Rashawn, what have been your early impressions on DeMarcus Covington as the coach, and just working with him? Just what have you learned so far?
Yeah, DC, man, great addition, man. I love the confidence that he has as a coach because as players you have to be confident. So you see a coach that's confident, bringing that swagger, man. It only makes you have more confidence and swagger. But just how he coaches from the individual to how he's intense, on the details, and just how we focus right now on detail oriented, really getting coached up on different techniques, things like that to make us play fast.
So, Rashawn, you guys are watching film on the weekends?
Yeah, we've been able to get together Friday, Saturday for guys that staying in town. Some guys that's away, we've been able to zoom in, get them locked in. But yeah, going over Indy, making sure our Indy reps is being able to translate the team. And like I said, that's something that we haven't yet to do up to this point. My time being here, so I feel like we're off to a fast start as a unit.
So are you guys in the building here, or are you at home?
We at home, man. KC is the spot. KC is the film study house. So everybody pull up on KC. We might have pizza, wings, things like that. But we getting together and we locking in on details.
I'm not sure I've ever heard of anybody doing that like in
this early, right? Me neither, and I'm going on year 7. So.
How soon did that start in the off season?
Man, it really started once once phase 3 started. Once we got on the field, able to take drill work to team and seeing how we could be better in our drill work, so we could be better for team, and just even small things that I'm seeing helping guys play faster, things that I'm reading. KC doing the same thing for the inside guys. When we're in near gun, things like that, I look at this to help me play fast. Out of this formation, you get these 2 blocks, things like that, so we all on the same page. And right now, I'm loving it.
Whose idea was that?
I wouldn't say it's nobody's idea. It's just something that I feel like, we just brought up and we're going to do that.
You mentioned year 2 in Jeff Hafley's system. So what has this offseason been like compared to last with that continuity, familiarity of
it's good. You got a whole year understanding what the defense is, understanding our in and outs, and understanding how he wants to attack it. So we had a whole year to get better at our techniques, and he had a whole year to, refine our system and tweaking tune things. So just going to year 2 is just the confidence, man, just how we flying around, understanding play calls, understanding where people need to roll down the strengths of the defense, and just communicating at a different level right now.
For free agency and the draft, just guys you guys brought in, what gets you the most excited about what this defense can do?
Man, just the confidence and the leaders that we have, man. Just from having me, having X, having Casey, I could keep on going. Having, Keyshawn, just having different guys across the board that play at a high level, understand the standard. And I love the confidence that we have as a group. Like I said, it's year 2, you can feel it flying around, and we just communicate and have fun on a new level.
Try not to change up the technique too much, but
Sean, for you, finally going out to the Pro Bowl, what did you take away from that experience and just kind of being around some of the other top pass rushers, some of the other top players?
Yeah, it was an honor and privilege, man. It's for sure a trip that, if we're not in the Super Bowl, I would love to take every year. I was able to take my family, my nephews, give them a different scenery, give them a different look, and just realize, hard work pay off, and I was able to, sit back, pick a couple brains from, top pass rushers across the league. Talk to different offensive linemen, got a couple tales of what they like seeing from me and what they don't. So, just it's good, man, being able to talk to top guys around the league and, bounce ideas off each other and also compete at a high level.
Who was your most productive conversation with out there?
Man, to be honest, me and X got close, man. Me and X got close just in terms of his mindset, how he attacked, because this is last year, but his first year here, so I didn't have an off season with him. So just picking his brain, when he started training, things like that, and just getting closer to him, because the more I know about X, the more that we're going to get this defense going together.
Who was the offensive lineman that had the
I ain't
most
gonna
to
say
say
no
about
names. I ain't going to say no names, but I'll give y'all he in the division.
Sean, you were talking about, helping guys with the film study, like little things you notice. Kenny's been a leader for a long time, but it seems like other guys are really stepping up into that leadership role. What are you noticing about some of your teammates to say, I'm going to be a little more vocal, a little more lead by example, a little more leadership? So
I feel like it's just the organization, man. Green Bay Packers, man. You got to be a self-leader, then you have to lead yourself, and then you have to be a servant. And everybody from rookies to year 10, we're doing that, man. You have to lead yourself before you have to lead others, and then you have to lead yourself, then you have to be a servant to others. So everybody's moving in that type of tilt, not hiding no information from nobody. And, like I said, we on the same page. We all balling and having fun.
Is there somebody that you've noticed? You're like, hey, man, you're talking a little more this year. You're leading.
Man, to be honest, man, it's too many just to, keep out, man, just from, our whole wide receiver group, just me being outside looking in, man. I can't really just point out one because I seen Rome, I seen Christian, I seen, Bird. Everybody's talking to everybody. And then, talking to the inside backers, man, you see Duff, even when Quay, he's talking, man, and it's just, you just flying around and see Cooper more confident talking. And I'm like, yeah, Coop, okay, cool. You got to have some confidence being a backer. But like I said, man, just as a whole team, it's hard to really just pick out one guy. But we all doing a great job at it.
It's early on right now, but where are you ranking this defense right now with the young guys, the veteran players? How are you
What
feeling?
you mean ranking it?
Just NFL-wise, you feel like you're one of the best.
Who you talking to?
You.
Okay then. I don't think nothing else but the best.
You're a pass rusher, so you have an idea of what it might
Huh?
be. You're a pass rusher, so you have an idea.
See, I do it all. But go ahead though.
Yeah.
I do it all.
you are paid in large part to rush the passer.
Yes, sir.
And so I have an idea. You probably have an idea of what it'd be like to play with a broken thumb the way Lucas did for most of the last season. I'm curious, what did you see him go through with that? And now that he is healthy, what kind of player do you think he can be for you guys?
Yeah, that's crazy for guys women, fans that didn't know. He's a dog, man. That just shows you, not being able, because our hands is our everything as a defensive lineman. So if you don't have these, you don't have nothing. And playing with 9 instead of 10 fingers, going against people 330 through 50, it's a hard job. But that just shows you his grit, his hunger for the game, and how much he cares about this team and the organization, man. And as you see, through him fighting through his battle, how well he was able to produce and get better week in and week out. And seeing Lucas healthy right now, able to play both sides and stuff, man, it's just been great seeing it.
Rashawn, you mentioned Edgerrin Cooper got a lot bigger this offseason. Just what do you expect out of him in year 2?
Man, I expect him just to leave off where he left, man. He understands when he's rolling high, the defense feed off of it, and he needs to keep on being what he's being, and that's a dog.
Did it surprise you that he bulked out that much in the offseason?
Don't surprise me when guys go away, handle business, and once they tell me they're going to handle business. So coming back and seeing that he's told me what he was going to do and he came back and did it, I'm not surprised. He's a man of his word.
Rashawn, you kind of touched on it going into year 7 now. What's that been like, sort of wearing the veteran hat? With your position group is one thing, but just this defense in general. As you being one of the guys.
Yeah, it's something that I've naturally grown into and seen. It's funny now because it's like, I'm on year 7, guys looking up to me, but it's just something I've been doing. I see something, I try to correct it, and I try to first off lead myself. And that's basically, starting fast from individual all the way to team because everybody feed off of me. So I'm just enjoying it, man. It's nothing that I didn't expect. It's just something that I worked hard for and prayed for. So I'm just living the position that I want to be in.
Absolutely. Is there anything you worked on specifically this offseason?
Oh, man, I work on my complete game. Going back, watching my game, realizing what I need to be better in from the run to the play action to my hand placement to just really being consistent in my pass rush plan. So every season, man, I feel like the defensive linemen and players, man, you got to get better at all parts of your game, and there's all ways to get important. There's all ways to really work on your game, so I really worked on every piece.
You mentioned that all-around game.
Mm-hmm.
I thought last year was your best year as a run defender. If you disagree, tell me, but I thought you took a step as a run defender last year. Why do you think that was?
Man, just trying to be locked in and honing on the scheme and be aggressive and be physical where I need to be. And, I was able to prove that in the run, and this year just going to show more all-around game in the 4-3. Man, just the confidence and the leaders that we have, man. Just from, having me, having X, having Casey, having, Keyshawn, just having different guys across the board that play at a high level, understand the standard. And I love the confidence that we have as a group. Like I said, it's year 2, you can feel it flying around, and we just communicate and have fun on a new level.
To have one of the best defenses in the league, that's what we're aiming for. We're trying to be a defense, that always creates turnovers, that plays with a level of intensity where the offense can't match us.
Intercepted by McKinney.
I think that's the next step for us. It's going to be more fun than what we had last year.
We're going to come to play this year. I just hope everybody else in the league ready, because we ready.
Cornerback Keyshawn Nixon had a breakout year last season, setting career highs in passes defensed, forced fumbles, and sacks.
I always knew what I was capable of doing. I just needed the ops to do it.
It's intercepted. Nixon with the pick.
I didn't feel like I would really start at the NFL until I got to the Packers. I feel like just me showing that I am the type of player that I say I am and show it on the field. And I proved that last year that I can play inside, outside consistently against whoever they, top guys on the other team. And the confidence level for me is through the roof. And then Coach D.A. and Hav has put all the confidence in me to go out there and compete and show that I am who I am.
Nixon's play speaks for itself, but he isn't afraid to sound off either. This offseason, everybody is doing their part. It's a leadership style that starts from within.
Green Bay Packers, man, you got to be a self-leader. Then you have to lead yourself, and then you have to be assertive. And everybody from rookies to year 10, we're doing that, man. You have to lead yourself before you have to lead others. So everybody's moving in that type of tilt, not hiding no information from nobody. And, like I said, we're on the same page. We all balling and having fun.
Packers offensive lineman Steve Wright. The team announced this on Tuesday. You've seen Wright over the years and may not have known it, as he was the model used for what is now the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year trophy. The trophy was originally called the Gladiator Award, debuting back in 1969. Steve Wright was a member of the Packers' 3 consecutive NFL title teams back in the mid-'60s. He passed away on Sunday at the age of 82.